Hello food lovers, welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing a simple, flavorful and budget-friendly dish that is packed with so much goodness. So if you have some leftover cabbage, carrot and rice just sitting in your fridge and you're wondering what to do with it, making this herbed cabbage rice is a great way to put them to use. I must tell you, this recipe is definitely worth trying. So without saying more, let's get started. To begin cooking, we are going to take a look at all the ingredients we'll be needing for this recipe. I have here some leftover white rice which has already been cooked. It's best to use leftover rice for this recipe because it's a lot firmer and it's going to absorb all the ingredients really well compared to freshly cooked rice. Next, I have here some chopped up white onions and some minced garlic and ginger. This is going to add a lot of flavor to our meal today. And next I have here some roughly shredded cabbage and carrot. Now this is a great way to use up leftover vegetables that you have in your fridge. And to season, I'm going to start with some dried parsley. You can also use some fresh ones if that's what you have. Next, I'm going to be using some Italian seasoning. Now, guys, this is a game changer. Get yourself some Italian seasoning. This is going to take this recipe to another level. Next, I have some organic turmeric. This is going to add a beautiful color to this recipe and also add a nice flavor to it as well. And I'll also be using some cayenne pepper for some heat. This is actually optional. You can also use some fresh pepper if that's what you have. Next, I'm going to be adding some chicken bouillon. You can add any kind of seasoning that you have available. And next, we're going to be using some cooking oil. Today, I'm going to be using some vegetable oil. Feel free to use any kind of cooking oil you normally use at home. And last but not least, we're going to be adding some salt to taste. Remember that all the ingredients for this recipe will be in the description box, so you can check that out much later. To begin cooking, I'm going to add some vegetable oil into a clean pan, and once it is hot enough, I'm going to add my chopped up onions, minced garlic and ginger, and I'm going to stir this together and allow this fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now this is a great way to flavor your oil and is the first step to adding that beautiful flavor to our meal today. You're just going to stir and fry this on medium heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now guys, if you're still watching to this point, thank you so much. Please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And don't forget, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I drop a new video. Thank you so much. And back to our cooking. This has been frying for about 2 to 3 minutes and we're going to start seasoning. I just added some dried parsley. Next, I'm going to be adding some Italian seasoning. Next, I'm going to be adding some turmeric powder. This is going to add a beautiful color to our meal today. And I just added some cayenne pepper. And like I said earlier, you can use some fresh pepper. And I just added some chicken bouillon, and using my spatula I'm going to stir everything together and allow this fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now guys, we are building flavor here. I just added all the herbs for this recipe. Stir and just let this fry for about 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat. Now, one thing I love about this recipe is how flexible and easy it is to put together. It's so easy and it takes just a few minutes and it helps reduce waste. So if you have kids who do not like eating vegetables, please guys, try this recipe out. Trust me, they are going to love it. Now at this point, the herbs have been cooking about 2 to 3 minutes. And guys, these herbs, it adds a whole lot of flavor and aroma to this dish. Next, I'm going to be adding a roughly chopped cabbage and carrot. I'm just going to level this up and I'll cover and let this cook for about a minute or two. So guys, cabbage adds a wonderful texture to this dish. And as the cabbage cooks, you will notice that it will begin to soften and release its own natural sweetness. And this is one of the reasons why cabbage pairs so well with this dish, especially rice dishes. It absorbs seasonings really well and it still maintains enough texture in your dish. After you've covered your cabbage for about a minute, using your spatula, you're going to just stir everything together and allow the cabbage absorb all the nutrients and flavors from the herbs. I just covered it for another 1 minute, and at this point, our cabbage is ready. We are going to be tossing in our already cooked white rice. Now, leftover rice is perfect for dishes like this since the grains are much firmer and they stay nicely separated and gives the dish a nice texture. It also allows it to absorb all the delicious flavor from the sauce. So if you've ever wondered why many fried rice recipes recommend a day-old rice, this is exactly the reason. Now, once you've added your rice into the pan, gently mix everything together. Please take your time to ensure that every grain of your rice is nicely coated and mixed with our cabbage sauce. At this point, I'm going to be adding some salt and some bouillon cubes. Please make sure to taste your rice to know if you need to adjust for salt or add a little more bouillon cube or any kind of seasoning you used to cook. Once you've added that, you're going to stir everything together to make sure it is well combined. Then you're going to cover and allow this steam for about 2 to 3 minutes on low heat. Remember, our rice is from the fridge, so we need to still heat that up. At this point, after about 2 to 3 minutes, your delicious herbed cabbage rice is ready to be served. And you will all agree with me that this looks so good and so easy to prepare. And you can see the grains of our rice, they are firm and nicely separated. Dish this out in a bowl or a plate and serve hot with any side, any kind of protein that you prefer. And trust me, your family, your kids will thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.